Hello, my name is Oluwabukola Akpata. I am the Research and Project Coordinator at Washington University's Social Entrepreneurship and Innovation Lab. I'm here to share with you our study on getting capital to Black and Hispanic entrepreneurs in St. Louis. So why are we talking about getting Black and Hispanic entrepreneurs more money? You say, well, we can see that between 2014 and 2020, Black founders only got 1% of the available venture capital fund, and Hispanics just a little bit more at 1.8%. And while not every entrepreneur wants venture funding, this is a signal about how financial resources are being shared in our community. So we decided to collaborate with WePower, and starting August 2020, we spoke to 12 entrepreneurs coming out of the 2020 Elevate Elevator Accelerator on their experience and desires on the subject matter. We also talked to investors currently investing or who would like to invest in this space about their approach and challenges, and we interviewed other Midwest incubators and accelerators about their program and services, and how serving Black and Hispanic entrepreneurs differs as well. So I am excited to be here today to share with you all 5 of our preliminary findings. First, we found out that like most US businesses, majority of the cohort enterprises do not fit a venture capital funding model, which calls for accelerated growth and high return over a short period. Instead, these businesses are geared more towards building generational and community wealth. So the lesson here is that we need to pilot new models of revenue sharing, including royalty and hybrid philanthropic investment models to fund Black and Hispanic entrepreneurs. Second, we found out that many of the entrepreneurs we interviewed are distrustful of loans and equity share or co-ownership. So while we were not surprised to learn that most of them are distrustful of loans due to predatory loan agencies and documentation red tapes, however, we were surprised to learn how many founders were not interested in capital in exchange for equity, since that is often the goal of becoming investment ready. So most of them would rather keep their businesses in the family or for their children to inherit. So accelerators, financial institutions, policymakers, and investors need to start thinking about what other models can be used to get working capital to entrepreneurs without them surrendering ownership. And how can we rethink the risk versus reward ratio? Also, we found out that incubators set the important goal of creating living wage jobs and entrepreneurship as that potential. But for many of the starter entrepreneurs, it will take a longer time than projected for their organizations to generate enough profit to be able to pay the founder, let alone the staff living wages, which in St. Louis is about $30 an hour for one adult with just one child. So while respecting this goal, entrepreneurial support organizations should be modest on their claims of their ability to create jobs at this level, as these businesses need more reinvestment to make their profit margin big enough. Therefore, we need to adjust the estimated time to profitability and explore other forms of shared profit organizations like cooperatives and other community ownership models. We also found out that new businesses can benefit from shared back office services and financial record keeping. So shared services in this case means more expertise available at a fair price, and also that new enterprises have the financial documentation they need to apply for loans and grants. A shared back office will remove the lack of documentation barrier that dissuades them accessing loans, and also reduce the risk and transaction costs for investors by providing more transparency around their business operations. So we need to demystify and support the accounting, legal, and HR issues that are part of running a new company, and allow founders to focus more on their value proposition and their customers. Finally, we found out that accelerators can customize their program and curriculum according to their cohort interest and their versions of success. Essentially, if we want more participation, we need to be clear on what is expected of cohort members so that they can make the most out of the accelerator program. And also recruit mentors from the community that share the goals and culture of the founders. So incubators, accelerators, business support programs need to go beyond adjusting the standard Silicon Valley high growth model to community wealth building to rethinking how to center the business growth program on community goals. We should not just assume that one size fits all, but build with the cohort members' preferred outcomes in mind. So thank you all so much for the opportunity to speak to you today. And I would like to thank the rest of the research team, Zandi, Yoni, Dr. Cameron, who is on call with us today, and the WePower team, Kisha and Edgar, for all of their contributions to this research. And also a big thank you to the Marian Kaufman Foundation for funding this project. It does take a village to push the conversation forward. And so to learn more about this project, I'll invite you to visit the booth section on OPIN or visit our website, www.capitalaccess.wusu.edu. And congratulations once again to the WePower team and to the community entrepreneurs.